Hi there guys, I'm Chris Bowden and welcome to the Geek Group. I'm here today with Rocco Vallada. Now, what do? You're Director of IT or something?
I am Director of Computer Information Technology here at the lab. I deal with the computer shop and most of the IT in the building.
Okay, so you're like a super nerd among the nerds.
I am a jack of all trades and master of a few, yes.
Okay, cool. Today we are beginning what will be a 5-part video series on the overhaul of the Captain's Command Console. It's my insanely large computer. And the idea in this is we want to show you guys the level of what you can do here as a member project. The Captain's Command Console, we call it the CCC, is my personal member project. It's just, I wanted to build a really big computer because I'm a nerd and I like that kind of thing. So turns out a lot of you guys like that kind of thing, so this is like a 5-part series of nerd porn. And we're just going to go through the entire process of building this massive computer so that you guys can get some ideas on what you can do to build your own private giant supercomputer, because we're nerds and this is what we do. So the first video is going to be the basic upgrades to this computer, which is 1/3 of the towers. The CCC has 3 full tower computers, a Mac Pro, a Linux machine, and a Windows machine.
Yes.
This is the Mac Pro, which is about to be added in, and in order to get it up to snuff, we're going to be adding a couple hard drives and a couple cards. And this is a really simple, basic video, but we want to be able to show everybody inside the juicy goodness of all the computers so that you can just see what I did. What you do, totally up to you. If you want water cooling, if you want air cooling, I don't care. I just want you to build cool stuff. That's my whole motivation. So here you go. We're going to open this up. No tools. Just boop, and we're there. We'll set that aside. So this is, I like working on Macs, especially for hardware stuff, because this is as easy as you can possibly get it. We've got a 1 terabyte hard drive in there now. We're going to add 2 more. So to do that, you pop out the drive slugs. We're going to need 2. And I'm going to add another 1 terabyte there and then a 4 terabyte there. We have to find a hard drive or a screwdriver that fits these well. I'm going to go with the number 1 Phillips.
Just push them through, Chris.
Huh? No, I just wanted to. You don't have to take it out.
No, but the screw isn't threaded. It's just rubber.
Yeah, I know. But it's going to thread into there. I just want to find a screwdriver that fit it, and we don't really have anything that fits it the way I want. These are going to want to sit in there like that. Okay. Just line it up, screw it on. This is about as simple as you can get. I could be wrong, but the general feeling I get, all these screwdrivers suck. The general feeling I get whenever I do hardware on a Mac is that Macs are designed for people that don't really want to work on computers.
I would say they're designed for people who want to get back to working with their computers, not working on their computers.
Yeah. This one, the screwdriver that we all thought we would have no use for today, turns out to be the one that fits these the best.
And of course, that's the computer shop one.
Now, there's a difference between the Mac and the Windows formatting on hard drives.
Yes.
If I put a Windows hard drive in here, how do I make it work on a Mac?
A Windows hard drive by default will be read just fine on a Mac. Of course, when I pushed it through, I pushed the grommet through.
You stole my thing. See,
Sorry.
I was doing it.
Yeah,
I had a whole thing going on. You're stealing my stuff.
So as I was saying, a Windows hard drive will read just fine on a Mac.
Okay.
The real issue is going to be if it's NTFS, the Mac is only going to be able to read, not write. If it's exFAT, you'll be able to read and write.
Okay.
And that was a lesson I learned the hard way.
You've had issues with this in the past, have you?
I have done work for members who have had Macs and didn't realize there was a difference at the time.
Oh, okay. I'm taking out the existing video card, which is a big rompin' ATI Radeon. Oh, that's how it's done. Okay, because I was trying to figure out how to unhook it from the bar. I was like, well, I got to unhook it from the back of the card anyway. You press the button on this thing right here.
And move it forward.
And it slides to the front of the computer, and the little bar goes with it. And then you just reach under the card and pop it right out. And then you have to do a little dance. But this is, what model is this?
It should be a 5710.
No, 5770.
Oops, 5770.
Okay, what are those?
5870s.
Okay, so those are better.
Yes.
Excellent. You have the other drive mounted?
Yes, I do. You might want to tighten it down to whatever you like. I prefer mine
There's a
really tight,
torque
and other
spec?
people don't like it really tight.
When you're doing this on this particular computer, a MacBook or a Mac Pro, the drive plugs directly into the motherboard. There's a socket on the back, so there's no cables or anything like that involved. You just put it in the sled, slide it right in, and we've got
done.
room for another drive if we want. Is the bag, their bag's taped? Okay. And then there's another piece of plastic. Now, are we going to use the, I don't know if it's Crossfire SLI or whatever the hell on top of these?
I don't think we're going to use it at the moment because we don't have a cable, but we can look into that some more.
Okay. Now, we're doing this for video rendering is the main use for these cards, so I didn't know if there was any advantage to running them in Crossfire or anything like that. I don't know which one it is on the ATI.
I don't either.
All right, I have two cables here. Now, Rocco,
Yes.
I only have two plugs.
So I guess
down
you're
under the
only
card.
doing one video card, unless we can find a splitter.
Can you split these? Will it take that and be happy about it? You're going to be looking up some manuals.
I'm
now,
going to
aren't
be
you? I'm going
looking
to
up
try it. I'm going to put one on each card and see what we get. See
What
if
could it hurt?
works. But dig up a splitter that'll split these, and we'll fix that properly in the future. I just learned a valuable lesson.
A little research helps a long way.
No, plug the wire in before you put the card in because the sockets for the two cards are under the card. So, cables first. Why would they give you, there's dual 16 lanes. Why would they not give you enough plugs if they know going in, this
Because
isn't
back in the
that
day,
old.
they only ever needed one, maybe?
This wasn't back in the day. This isn't that old of a computer. This computer was made like 6 months ago. It's like the absolute last of the Mac Pros made before they went to the trash cans. All right, so that one's in there. I'm just going to plug one cable in each card, and then you can snag me a pair of splitters. Hey, Rocco?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Your bar was in the way again?
No, it was rocking, and then I realized, well, it's only plugging in back on this end. Of course it'll rock if I lean on it. We got to take these out. Hold that. Thank you. Okay. So we've done hard drives, we've done cards. There's still a 4X slot open that says that's for RAID. I'm not going to worry about RAID on this. I think we're fine just the way it is. We could add another hard drive, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And we're cool. So we've got 1 terabyte for auth drive, 4 terabytes and 1 terabyte for, this will be raw footage and output video. So cool. And that's it. We're done. We've done the upgrades.
And no messy screws to put back in?
Yeah, it just ready for delivery. So as you saw in the first part of this, we were having issues getting power for the video cards. So we took a couple days because I don't want to endure the 10,000 comments of, you're doing it wrong on the internet. And we were able to find this. This is a power supply that is designed to sit in an optical bay, and we can use it to power the second card, which is pretty cool. And Rocco is still here with me. He just had to run downstairs to get a screwdriver. So we're going to take a minute. Frequently, this kind of thing would be done as like a second video, but we're just going to tie it all into one because simple. So we also are adding a couple other parts. Now, I'm going to have you start sorting out the optical bay fun, because I have no idea how to get into the optical bay on this thing. And I'm going to sort out the extra hard drives and the other video card while you're doing that. All right,
swap sides.
go.
So from what I just saw in a video, it should be just a matter of pulling straight up.
You really learned this by watching a video just now?
Yes.
Okay.
I really didn't want to be yanking on this and breaking cables.
Well, that's actually pretty clever. Here, you're going to need that.
I'm going to need that among other things. You want to toss me a screwdriver, please?
I like that this one's been used for welding.
I'm good here.
Okay.
And again, maybe I'm not.
Well, if you're not, you've got that.
That
Or
won't
this
help me
one,
either.
if you need
that
it.
won't help me
What do you
either.
need?
Flatter Torx. Shall return.
All right, while he's doing that, I'm going to get the other video card installed. Now, as we learned the first time, the power feeds for these come off the motherboard. And I'm just going to... I wonder if it'd be better... No, I'm just going to do it that way. Okay. I'm just going to totally unplug them from the motherboard. Okay. Okay, cards are mounted. How are you going to get this power feed up to where you are?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out. Because that's got to go through this, and on this computer, that's just a solid plate. We're not drilling holes in it, that's for sure. And we're not going to have room to drill holes in it because we got to put the SATA drive in there, which I have to find.
Let me get it in the slot first, and I'll take a look at that problem next.
All right. Now we were swapping one of the ones for a 2. Because we have a 2 terabyte.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to swap one of those for that.
That's a 1. We'll swap that one.
All right.
Glad to say I'm not the only one dropping things.
It happens. But this is a hard drive assembly for a totally different Macintosh.
Why are you taking the side rails off?
Because that's not going to fit in there.
Sure it is. It's 3.5-inch drive bay.
And how am I going to screw that?
It's,
This is only on one side.
just the bottom is all you need, not the sides.
That's pins on that side and screws on this side. And I'm not 100% sure that's just going to line up.
Yeah, we are. That's not going to fit
Yeah.
that device.
Now it's not going to fit. So I can't put a solid state drive in this without an adapter.
I will run down and get you a drive bay adapter.
You have a drive bay adapter that'll do
Yes, I
that?
have a drive bay
Well,
adapter.
there you go then.
Would you like to finish putting the last 2 screws in?
Yeah, I can do that. Go.
Going to do a bit of an exploratory here.
Okay. 2 terabytes going in. Can I put this back, or is it in your way?
No, you can put it back for a moment.
Okay, so that's 1 terabyte, 4 terabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. So 8 terabytes in there. That's not bad. That's a good start for a serious video editing rig. Ooh. You know, if you could come up... No, because that fills that space. Does this come out?
It should. I'm just not sure how. Looks like it's screwed in. No, it does not come out easily because it comes up underneath this lip.
Okay.
But there's how we have to run the cable. I'm just not sure how to get it there.
Where, run a cable down through there?
Yeah.
All right, but where does that get you? Because you got to get into this compartment.
There is a very small opening up here where my finger is, underneath this drive.
Nothing.
No, they've made this too well packed.
What's that?
Wireless.
Antennas. This has Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And by the looks of it, you know, 211.
Never used the Wi-Fi on it, didn't know. All right, we got to figure that out because we need the juice. Then we got to go back the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, give me a moment. I have a plan.
You know, there's a really easy way to do this.
And what's that?
Don't go down.
Go over?
Go over.
Except you don't have enough clearance with the...
I can make clearance. If I got to start drilling on this, I got problems.
Okay.
But if all I got to do is drill on that,
It's the over here I'm referring to. I don't think you've got the space. I mean, that's the depth you have.
no. I can drill in that.
Yeah, you could.
All right, guys, so we shot the first part of that, and I was like, this isn't right. So there's only 2 power outputs on the motherboard, and we need 4 for the cards. You can see there's 2 power inputs for each card. You can get Y adapters and stuff like that, and I was like, no, because just no. If a wire is rated for X and you try and Y that, now you've got twice the current draw, and it's just a bad idea. It's just bad engineering. So what I found was you can get a power supply that will fit in an optical bay, and it'll output 4 power feeds. So I'm all manner of set there. So I figured it'd just be a simple thing, just pop it right in and go. But of course not, because it's a Mac, which is a really awesome computer to own and a bloody nightmare to work on. So we had to do some fun machining because there's no way to get the cables from here to here. So we got a little creative because we're the Geek Group. So I'm going to assemble this now, and you can see exactly what we did, but there's your first clue. So give me just a minute, and I'm going to put the power supply and DVD drive back in it, and then we'll get to work. All right, so we've got our optical drives mounted. Now it's a simple matter of cabling. We plug our main output cable in there. We'll just set that aside for a minute. I don't even need these. I don't even need those anymore. Now we got to do some gender changing adapter mojo here to get from the SATA plug on the dingus. So, Rocco, I hate you. All over. All right, that's got to wait on a different type of plug because we have a SATA female there and a SATA female here. And what I need to get to is a Molex female. So I've got my gender changer to do that, but I need to get a different part. So that'll wait. But I'm going to show you everything else because you don't really care about a little power supply plug, and that'll just wait. So I'm just going to plug this in here so that it's waiting in the future. We're also going to need its internal power connector here. So those 3 different plugs all go in there. And then I have to plug this in up here because I would like to be able to have a DVD. Okay. We just drop that down in the hole. Everything else is just a matter of lining this up so that it'll fit. Get it on the guides. And now this needs to bend a lot tighter than it wants to. It's got a nice strain relief on it. Since that's not coax or anything, I don't really have to worry too much about it. It's just stuff it in the hole. It's a really gnarly bend to get all that in there, but it's in there. I gotta make very, very certain I'm not kinking anything. We pop this out. That'll go down the rest of the way. Okay, so that's all in there. Now we have our 4 output feeds and our power input that just comes in through a thing in the slots. Now I've got 2 orange and 2 red. I'm going to put the 2 oranges or 2 orange and 2 blue. Now the 2 blue plugs are different. One's got the extra break off. Same thing on the oranges. So I'm guessing these are paired up where this goes to one card, this goes to the other. And I'm just going to plug these right in. Like that. I don't need the extra 2, so I'm just going to fold that back. That's in. Then this one in. Break that off. So we had to do that, which is kind of ugly. So how do you clean that up and make it look as decent as you can? Because you can't bring the wires through the thing. Well, that's where it comes in kind of handy. To have a full CNC machine shop downstairs where we carved that. Thank you, Miss Moose. And now it's just a matter of making sure these make it around the thing all right. For this, I need 3 hands. Hey, Doogie, come here and give me a hand. Here. You line that up, and I'll slam your hands in the case. Okay? You good? Let's make sure we can clear everything. We can. It clears. It'd be better if it went down a little bit, but I think that'll be okay.
You have some wiggle room to push them back in.
Yeah, so they're not crimped or anything because I can still move stuff. No. I'm just going to leave it like that because why stress them anymore? And then we're down all the way. Boom, and it latches. So we've got this weird little wire pass-through, but the edges are all smoothed off. We cleaned that up nice and pretty. And that is a Mac packed so much that it can't contain itself. All right. And now, thanks to the magic of modern television and all that, this piece will magically just transform into the part that I actually needed, even though that'll take about 3 days. And the next time you see this computer, it'll be all up and running upstairs and sorted out. Now, the final step in powering that is just to plug this in the back, because in the back plane there you can see you just add a thing, and that just plugs in the wall. So now my Mac has 2 power cords, which just makes it even more awesome. So that's CCC machine number 3, Macintosh. Next we get into the Linux machine and the Windows machine. But it's going to be a bit of work before we can get to there because the electricians have to finish installing power upstairs. So you guys have fun. I'm Chris Bowden with the Geek Group, and as always, we'll see you next time.
This video was made possible by a grant from the Future Girl Foundation.
This video was made possible by thousands of private donations from members and viewers like you. Please visit thegeekgroup.org for more information on how you can donate and become a part of our dreams of Avalon.